What's up, everybody? This is 2 weeks on T, and I got my second shot today in Boston. I'm going to give you my recap on my changes and everything in the past week. I'm noticing more hair in more places, as simple as like very fine blonde hairs on my upper arms. I never used to have really much hair at all up here, but I can see a little bit more coming in, which is kind of cool. My stomach definitely has more hair growing, and my happy trail is like thickening up a little bit. For dark and thick hair, my right shin is like a lot hairier than my left one now, which is really funny. Sierra says that's normal on most people to have like one side of their body more hairy than the other. I've never heard of such a thing, but she could be right. And my eyebrows are getting a little bit thicker, which kind of sucks because I don't really like having bushy eyebrows, but I guess I can be one of those pretty boys that gets their eyebrows waxed. And my left nipple definitely has more hair than my right nipple, and like it's growing, and it's weird, but it's fine because obviously I want more hair in more places. I haven't really been paying attention to my hairline, so I don't really know what's going on with it. I don't really know if I'm going to pay attention to it. It's never really been an issue for me, so I mean, I don't really care if I have hair or not, because I could just shave my head and I'll be fine. My moods, in the beginning of last week, well, I don't want to say the beginning, because I say in the beginning because Thursday is the beginning of my new week each week. And the beginning of my new week, I would have to say that I was very snappy towards like everybody, people at work, or even sometimes my friends and my family, and even the cat. If the cat's meowing at me or doing something to piss me off, I'll fucking tell her. I've never really talked to the cat, but when she meows at me, I'm like, Mimi, shut the fuck up, you're pissing me off. And it was really funny because she started meowing at me the second that I walked in here. And I don't know if anybody saw my video about the fatty video, but I always call a cat fatty, so I figured that that was very hypocritical of me to have made that video and still call my cat, well, Kayla's cat, fatty. So instead of calling her fatty or Mimi, which is her name, I call her Mimith, because she's like a mammoth, because she's so big for a cat. So I don't know why I had to throw that in there, but I've been very snappy with her lately, and I'm trying to not be, because she's a good cat, and it's not like she's really that annoying, just when she's hungry, which is all the time. So I guess that makes her annoying all the time, but she's really not. I guess I'm just being very contradicting. Anyways, now that I just ranted for a minute, I told two cooks, well, a cook and the dishwasher this past week, that they basically sucked at their jobs. That's not like me at all to tell people that they suck, because I'm actually a very motivating person and try to get people feeling better about what they're doing, not feeling worse. But I guess I'm just being a jackass this week. Along with my moods, I had my first not able to cry moment, which doesn't really bother me because I've always felt that I was way too emotional, and I hate being emotional. Like, that's just, I don't like being emotional because dudes aren't emotional, and I've felt that way forever. I just always feel like I overreact to certain situations. But it was just as simple as me missing my dog. Like, I wanted to cry so bad, and I felt it coming, like it was like right there, and I had a tear like all welded up and wanted to come out. Got nothing. It wouldn't come out, and I just felt myself like choke it back, and I couldn't, as much as I wanted to let myself cry about it, I couldn't. Let's see. Muscles and fat redistribution. My arms are definitely getting a little bit more defined, I think. I'm going to do this in all my videos, whether it's weird or not. I don't know if you can see a difference. I can when I'm working out, definitely. My shoulders are getting like a lot more fucking pumped up, which is great. My abs are sort of kind of, if I'm laying down, my two top muscles up here, actually the two top muscles, oh, this is really awkward. These two muscles, right here and right here, Both kind of show up a little more than anywhere else than they've used to, which is neat because I've always wanted. I used to have abs in like junior high, and me and my sister both, for some reason, had like 8-packs. Everyone always says it's impossible, but it's obviously fucking possible because both me and my sister had crazy abs when we were younger. So I'm gonna work as hard as I can to get those back. My thighs, I feel like I'm losing a little bit more fat on the insides. I've always had like very full thighs, but they're definitely getting more muscular than anything now. And my calves are definitely toning up a lot. I always thought I had cankles, which was really embarrassing for a long time until I got over it and stopped caring what people thought about me. But now I finally have some definition in there. Let's see what else. For dick growth, there's nothing significantly different from last week, my previous week, but I noticed that I'm more frequently aroused, like either if I'm sitting a certain way or like walking up the stairs or running around or doing something. Like I notice sometimes it's like a little bit sensitive, and like actually a lot more sensitive than it's ever been in the past. Which I don't know. It's kind of uncomfortable. I'm not gonna lie. It's a little bit uncomfortable, but I guess it's just something you get used to because lately it hasn't really affected me all that much. My voice, I haven't noticed really any difference other than the fact that it gets scratchy here and there, and sometimes it's sore, sometimes it's not, which I think could also just be from quitting smoking because I have the craziest non-smoker's cough that I've ever heard in anybody. Like sometimes I cannot stop coughing, and it's so difficult to work in a kitchen and not stop coughing. But I managed somehow. And let's see what else I got. I don't know. I think that's about it for my changes. Dysphoria is actually, it's lessening and worsening in different aspects. I think I mentioned this in my last video, that my chest is definitely becoming a little bit more aggravating to me because now that I've started T, it's like that's not a problem and that's not something that I've been waiting for anymore. Now the waiting game is on my top surgery. And it kind of sucks, but I'm going to hopefully have it taken care of, at least scheduled at some point in the near future. I don't know if my surgery will actually be in the near future, but it's definitely coming, and I can't wait. I don't feel as though I need to wear sideburns or put on facial hair anymore, which is good, because that was getting very, very frustrating for me to do that every day, because sometimes it would take me 5 minutes, sometimes it would take me like a half an hour to get them right. And now that I feel more comfortable, I don't feel the need to do it anymore, and that's great because that was definitely a stress that was unneeded, and now I'm better. I think that's about it. So that's my 2 weeks, and hopefully you guys stay tuned for next week, and I'm sure I'll be making more videos in between now and then because I actually have a few ideas that I want to get out there and get into a video. So till next time, rock on as always.